Why, hello and welcome back to another LOTRO guide. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin, Ironshield, as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this helps you out, but we're going to real quick cover something that one of my subscribers actually gave me an idea to make the video for, and it's actually accepting and turning in quests and the different things you kind of have to look for when you open up a quest things. Today I'm going to be using the task bulletin board as the quest giver. This could work for any quest person, but basically, so you realize and know the different symbols real quick and not get confused, because my one subscriber was saying how they missed a quest because a lot of times when you turn in a quest it releases another quest, and also there's a lot of like accepting buttons that honestly for me, as someone's played a long time, I just kind of glance over it, not really telling people, but this is something that'll help people out who are newer to the game or just need a little refresher on this. When you click on a ring quest giver, all right, so for example, someone that has a ring over their head like this, that means it's an available quest, all right? So you can accept the quest and say accept. If it's just one quest, and that's all the person has, when you right-click on the NPC with your mouse, right? It's just going to come up with the quest to accept or decline, right? Or you can just exit out also declines, right? To take the quest. But if you click on someone that has multiple quests, what's going to happen is this is going to pop up, okay? So what happens here is you have available quests. This is the same thing as you just clicked on an NPC that had one quest, but you click it and there it pops up. You can accept it. I'm not going to accept this one right now, all right? Then there is another spot if you canceled a quest, and then what I mean by that is, let's say this quest right here is actually from the task board. It's one of the tasks, but it works in the same way as quests. If I cancel it down here on my little log right here, if I cancel this quest, boom, it goes into the, if it doesn't update immediately, you might have to reopen the, there it is, see? So it takes 5 minutes to reset a quest. If you cancel it, don't worry, you can pick it back up. It's just a 5-minute cooldown, but you can see pending quests, right? There. And then there's a thing about comments about the task board. That's a help thing. Don't worry about that. But available quests, that's the big one. Now, if you have a quest completed, all right, so now if you have a quest completed, so now you kind of know a couple different things there. And then you realize you have to go in. A lot of times when you click an NPC, when you accept one quest, so if I clicked on this, click this and accept a quest, you need to click on that NPC again to accept the next quest. It doesn't just pull them all in, all right, if you need to have them all. But let's say you have one completed like this. Okay, I have a quest completed. It's technically, again, a task, but it works the same way. I actually turn it into this guy. Usually, you will always turn it into the same NPC unless it says otherwise in your quest log. If it says differently in your quest log, it will say it right up here, delivered whatever to this person, right? And again, you can always open your map with M, right? And you'll have all your quests here, and I have a whole video on the quest tracker, right? But we're not talking about that right now. I want to talk about one specific thing here. So there, I can see it when I hover it. That's the one to turn in. So now I'm going to right click on him. Look at this. This guy has multiple options too. You can see current quests, and if you notice, the ring is glowing like it's been put in the fire, right? That means you have a quest to turn in, complete, that kind of stuff, okay? So now a few more things to think about. So if you have multiple options right here, find the one you need to do. Again, this one's just talking to him. These ones that are blue, those are more like talking quests to him. Kind of just learn about stuff, continue kind of thing. That is ongoing quests is the big one, okay? Quest comments. So basically, I have these ongoing quests, and he's saying, oh, something, you need to still find more stuff, you know? And you just basically continue, right, if you haven't finished it yet. Again, these are these tasks over here, which I don't actually want to do right now, so I'm going to cancel them. But basically now you click on the one you're currently doing, and look at now you can say finish later or finish now. There's an occasional reason why you want to finish it later for certain reasons, but again, your rewards are on the right, right? I'm just going to get some respect, which is what tasks are usually for. In a normal quest, you'd get some money and, you know, maybe some points towards other things, and usually if you finish a deed, you get respect toward your virtues, right, and some XP for leveling up. Tasks will, I believe, give you a little bit of XP originally. I'm max level, so I don't get it. And it says completed, right? You completed that quest. And you click on him again. Now, the only thing he has is that little blue arrow, this blue one with the feather in it. What does that mean? Well, that means you have a quest that's ongoing.
What do you need?
You're not done with it yet. That's why it says continue every time I click on him. So that is this one right here, where I need to collect 10. I'm 2 out of 10, right, in my quest log. So that's important. So now another really important thing to remember as a new player is don't forget that when you click on a quest and you turn it in and say finish now, it doesn't always do this. It usually does. It will immediately pop up a next quest. If there's a quest that continues from that quest. But that doesn't always happen, which means sometimes you'll have to click on that NPC
What can I
again
do for you?
to accept the next quest. If you see a ring still over their head, a gold regular pickup ring, right? This one over here, for example. See these rings that are gold? If another gold ring is over there, that quest wasn't there a second ago, you turn in, you finish a quest, and now that NPC has another gold ring over their head, you need to click them again. They have a continuous quest. It means your quest you just completed opened another quest. This is also very important for chapter quests, okay? That happens a lot. Usually when you turn in a quest, it'll automatically pop up the next one right after you say finish, usually. Not always. I've seen it at times not do that. But usually they're pretty good about that with the system. Then you can accept the next quest. Remember, you have a certain limit to how many quests you can have in your log. You can increase this, right, by increasing your task limit or quest limit. I am at my max 75, but you can increase it if you hover it there a few ways. You can get 5 extra for being a VIP. You can get 10 extra with mithril points. You get 10 extra through I got a pre-order. It gave me 10 extra, which was kind of cool. And you get 10 extra through a deed that you can complete, okay? We'll do that in a separate video. But the main thing that I want in this quick, short video is the fact that you need to remember when you click on things, those are the things you have to... There's the gold ring. There's the glowing gold ring, means you can turn something in. The regular ring is a pickup quest you can pick up. The blue one with a feather in it means you're in the middle of that quest, usually. Not always. Sometimes it's just talk to them about something. And again, if you have multiple quests on that person, it's not just one quest, you'll see a thing pop up with your different options. Comments, continuous ongoing quests, available quests will pop up here. Again, these are all things, these blue ones are just so you could talk to him and learn about tasks. Some NPCs have that. So again, make sure when you realize when sometimes you'll open an NPC and you'll have this extra bar that'll have multiple quests you're doing, quests you turn in. You can see all this immediately available quests. You open an NPC and he has 3 quests. A lot of times when you go to a new town, you want to pick up all 3 of those quests, complete them all at the same time, and then turn them all in. Because occasionally, all 3 of those quests will all open a new quest. So if you only do 1 and come back, then you pick up those other 2, and that one you finished has a new quest, and now you finish all 3 of those, and then suddenly you have 2 more new ones because you hadn't completed the original 3 at the same time. So that kind of matters to just, if you go to an NPC and he has 3 quests, 2 quests for you, pick them both up, complete them both, then come back, turn them both in. The most logical way to do stuff, and they're very good at progressing like that through this game in LOTRO. But again, these are simple little things that, like, again, for people who've been playing MMOs a long time, or I've been playing a long time, it's kind of just goes over our head to tell people this. But I think this is really important for newer players to realize that there are quests that will open other quests. So make sure you check the NPC when you're done turning that quest and say finish. Make sure another one doesn't pop up. Sometimes if another one pops up and you just walk away, if you go out of range, watch what happens. It just disappears. So you might not even realize, if you're thinking about something really hard and you turn in a quest and another one pops up on your screen and you just walk away and you don't realize there's a ring floating over his head still, and now you're like, what happened? I lost my place in the leveling progression. Well, it's because you didn't realize that guy had another quest for you and it opened up because of your previous one. Okay? Very, very important for chapter quests. Not as important for doing normal quests for just locations, because a lot of times you don't need to do every single quest to level up. But if you want to continue the stories, that's usually very important. Again, the stories are the epilogues, right? And again, you have these filters up here for the quests. I have a whole video on the quest log if we want to go over that, if you want more details on that. But you can like turn off these filters and stuff, and then find the epilogues, which is like the book of the Blood of Azog is a main book, and like the Book of Mordor, and all the chapters and epilogues and stuff like that. Okay, so again, the biggest thing of this video is make sure you realize with NPCs what to open the next quest, and don't get lost. Just make sure you're checking and knowing these things, that you need to click on them, and they might have several things. Again, comment ones are just talking to the NPC. It's not an actual quest. But the ones that say available quest, which you already saw, pending quest usually is something you're working on, or it's a cooldown, right? It's got like a cooldown because you canceled the quest, that kind of thing. Those are the things you have to think about, right? And then accept, decline, your rewards, the story. And again, this little plus and minus thing here, you can actually increase the size of the words. I leave it max for my video since I play on a big screen for you guys. But again, maybe you don't want it that big. And if you're playing it, on a normal 1080 screen, this will be pretty big. But that is tiny, right? So this little double A down there, you could do that. That also works in the quest log, mind you. This right here, this quest, this down here, this little in the bottom left, and also in your deed logs. So keep those in mind. Those are nice little things that have been in the game for a long time. And honestly, for being an older game, good on them to have all these little extra things to improve stuff, you know, and sizes of word letters and stuff and stories. Anyway, have a great, wonderful day in Middle-earth. Hopefully that helps you out. So remember, guys, make sure you check that there's not another quest after the one you completed, and realize that sometimes when you click on an NPC, you have multiple options. You might need to accept 3 or 4 quests, and there might be different ones depending on where you finished. You only finished one, you didn't finish them all, so one's pending to turn in, so click the one to turn in, you know what I mean? And make sure you're following along on the quest log. Once you get it, it's very simple. So once you get in the role of making sure you double check the NPC doesn't have another quest for you, you've turned in the quests you had for him, and then you move on to the next NPC because they usually lead you to the next one with the chapter. Once you've got that down, it's very easy. It's not like a difficult game, right, in that way. But for someone who's brand new, who's used to more modern games where they just kind of like lead you through click, like some, like, even like, no offense, I like Black Desert. It's a fun MMO. I've played it. But like it automatically will like turn quests in as you just click a button, right? It'll just do all that. So the little thing of maybe missing that in this game that an NPC has another quest for you because you walk away, you don't realize you have to click accept for a new quest. It's a normal thing for normal MMOs in the past, but now that more people are playing these newer ones, if you come to play LOTRO and you love this game, you might need this extra little information. So again, don't feel dumb if you needed this information, right? This is just a little bit of extra stuff for those people who need it. And again, thank you to my one subscriber who pointed this out to me, because they figured that out and I was like, that would be a good video. So have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thanks to my Patreon. Subscribe button's there if I earned it. We do lots of LOTRO here. I'm a Tolkien channel, so LOTRO isn't everything we do on this channel. I do lots of Lord of the Rings stuff, including occasional lore videos and reviews of games and updates, and we do a lot on this channel. But I really do enjoy this game, and it's a really respectful game to Tolkien, and a pretty darn fun game if you're an MMO player and you like MMOs. So, but right there, subscribe, and again, we do play other Lord of the Rings games too. Battle for Middle-earth, Shadows of Mordor, Rise to War, and a couple others. Some of those old great GameCube console games. Oh, so good. See ya. Have a great day, Middle-earth. Stay happy, my friends.